Did you ever do stand up?
Nah. I don't feel like being in front of people. What's that face for?
Nothing. I'm just thinking.
I don't like that fucking thinking face you got there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Because the thing about stand up, I think like once you're skilled enough and reach like a certain level of it, it's fine. But like the grind going up is a pain in the ass. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, I just don't think I'm good. I feel like I'll be too I don't know, analytical with my jokes. Like I'll structure I'll structure it too much.
I think that's a lane.
Yeah.
I feel like there are stand-ups that are that way. They're just like super technical.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
It's that programmer braining. It's that engineering brain, computer engineering, computer science. Why do they call it computer science?
Because it's more theoretical stuff. It's like a science.
Shut the fuck up.
No, really.
That's just the way you said that. You're like, it's like a science. It's like, yes, it's called computer science, but why is it?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a science. It's like you know how science you learn about theories and stuff like that. That's how.
Well, a scientific theory and like a regular world theory are two different things.
Why?
So when most people say theory, like, oh, I have a theory on something, that is more in the science field to be like a hypothesis.
Yeah.
Theory is something that you have started with a hypothesis. Wow. This is going to be a rough episode.
I want to hear you break this down. Okay. The difference.
I'm trying. If I can get through
because I'm like, they're the same, no?
No, so hypothesis.
Hypothesis.
Yes. I'm just going to point at you whenever I need to say that word. Right. A
hypothesis
is basically you think this is going to happen for whatever reason. Then you put together your whole plan for testing it, so your whole experiment. Once you get through the experiment and you've outlined all the steps and you've gotten your results, if the result is what your
hypothesis
was, then then you're able to, and typically they'll do it multiple times. Then at that point you can publish it, and then other scientists then try to recreate your experiment with the same
hypothesis.
And then after it's gone through enough times and it's gotten enough support behind it, then it becomes a scientific theory.
Yeah.
Scientific theory is the second highest like thing an idea can be within science. The highest is the law, so like the law of gravity.
Yeah.
So most
the
people
law of gravity.
The law.
Oh, okay.
The law.
Yeah.
The law.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. Oh, because we're talking about computer science, and you're like, oh, it's theoretical.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, is it theoretical in like the scientific sense, or is it more of actually a hypothesis, but everyone calls a hypothesis a theory? Yeah, I said it right that time, didn't I?
You did. You did.
And no response? All right, cool. I'm right.
I guess a scientific way.
Okay.
You learn about different types of data structures, algorithms, a lot of math.
Is math a science? Because I think it'd be more math than it would be science.
It's like everything. Computer scientist. It's
computer scientist.
Yeah, it's kind of like everything, but mostly math. I would say mostly math. Okay. I took so many math classes. It's ridiculous. But yeah.
You any good at math?
Yeah, I'm decent.
Okay, you remember all of it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not a mathematician.
Like what math classes did they make you do for computer science?
Calculus.
I hate calculus.
And linear algebra.
Oh, I never had to do that. What's the difference between linear? Wow. What's the difference between linear algebra and regular algebra?
Don't ask me.
I'm asking you.
Listen. I'm not going to try to explain that because I'm definitely going to sound stupid.
I mean,
Just-
I'm already doing it, so you might as well join the party.
Here, let me look it up.
Just join the party. I've already gone off that ledge. I'm standing over there by myself, and I'm asking for my teammate to come stand beside me, like like a real teammate. But no, he's just standing back there, just like, I'm not gonna look stupid.
So on Google it says,
And he quotes,
yeah, it deals with like vectors, matrices, linear transformation. So I don't know if you know what matrices is or vectors.
it's been so long since I've taken a calculus class.
Yeah. So it's just a lot of hard math stuff.
My math classes were business based, and I've already forgotten all of it.
Yeah, like statistics and shit, right?
Well, not necessarily statistics, even though I've taken like 50 of those classes at this point, I feel like. But like when you go through the different business programs or whatever, you have to do business algebra, then you do business calculus.
Yeah, nah, we do.
So basically, it's kind of similar, but it tries to apply it more towards realistic things or real world. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always thought it was stupid.
Yeah, it was just a lot of math, a lot of hard math for me.
My math teachers sucked.
A lot of science, like physics, chemistry, all that.
How many science classes did you have to take?
I had to take the core main like biology or whatever, and then you had to take physics. Physics 1, physics 2, biology 1, biology 2.
Damn.
Yeah. All math, all the types of math classes, like 8, 9 math classes. It's just a lot.
For my degree, it was just you had to take 2 different hard sciences.
Yeah.
I took geology because the professor at the junior college I went to, I heard the rumor, and it was true, that if you just got him talking about conspiracies. Yeah.
I like those teachers.
He was great.
I like those teachers.
Like we'd have our labs, so you'd have to show up and do the lab. But if you just got him to start ranting about whatever conspiracy, you didn't have to do anything. You would just sit there and listen to him. And once the class is over, you got an A.
I like those teachers, but also it can go a wrong way. They can talk about all types of stuff during the class, and then exam comes and you don't know any of that because they didn't explain any of it. I had a teacher like that once.
Oh, he curved us.
Yes, and they don't curve. They don't do nothing. They just talk. They don't explain nothing good, and then they give you this hard exam. I had a teacher like that. It was just terrible.
Oh, he was just like, if you let him go, he was just gonna curve it because
he was just cool. He was just
I think he would just be like, oh, I like this class. They let me just talk about conspiracies. So,
but also at the same time, you're not learning nothing.
Oh, I don't remember anything from geology.
Oh, that's fine. Geology's like
that's like my classes were bullshit.
Yeah.
Like then after that, I took what's the one that's a science of the stars? Is it astronomy?
Astrology.
I think astrology is the I think astrology is the signs and all that.
Yeah, definitely the signs.
But like the actual science one.
Astrology.
Astronomy.
It's astronomy, right?
Yeah, I think it is. Astronomy. Dude, that professor was so lax. So we'd have like these different labs, and then you also have like, there was like just some website we'd have to use that I guess will like simulate the satellites, what they see. And then of course we had our tests. That's where all 3 of our grades came from. He ended up dropping half of the, so if you just didn't show up to half the labs, he just dropped those, like those grades, so they didn't affect you. The homework, I only did 2 of those. Didn't affect my grade at all. And then the test, he would give like 30 and 40 point curves.
Wow, clutch.
So if you just paid attention, you'd get like 130 on the test.
Wow.
And I only had to take, and there were 2 tests. So he would drop one of your test scores. So there was 3 tests and a final. So basically just got like over 100 on all 3 tests and just didn't have to show up for the last like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything.
Don't remember nothing about the stars.
But I got an A. And after that, it was much harder to get an A.
Yeah.
Especially once I left junior college. I didn't get a single A.
Yeah. Yeah, I love teachers like that.
Yeah, then you go to actual university and they're just like, oh yeah, I wrote this textbook and you're not going to find the answers online. Good luck.
I had some easy university tech teachers.
I didn't.
Yeah, I had some easy ones. I had ones that like everything. Oh, I took online classes too. And to me, those are like one of the easiest type of classes you can take. I had teachers that they would give you all the assignments in the beginning of the class and just be like, just get them done by the end of the semester. And then it's like all stuff you can find online. So there's a lot of cheating, a lot of Googling answers.
See, I kept having professors who would know that. So they would take the exact questions from whatever the questions would come from, whatever database, and then they would change them. So you couldn't just search for it.
Yeah, I had some teachers like that. Or they would make the questions themselves every semester.
Well, what I'm saying is I think what they were doing was they were literally finding the database of questions that people that everyone would pull, and those are the ones that you would find online. Because I think they would just get them basically provided by the textbooks companies. So what they would end up doing is then they would just take those questions and then tweak them to where if you search them, then you're going to get it wrong.
Yeah.
Because they're assholes. Fuck them. Sorry. Yeah. Edit that.
I don't know why you're saying sorry. I'm not. No, yeah, if I was a teacher, my students would be dumb as hell because I wouldn't be. No, let me take that back. I would be a good teacher. I would teach my kids a lot, and I would be a relaxed teacher. Everybody would love me. Oh, can't wait to go to. I'm not gonna say my last name. Can't wait to go to Jordan's class. I used to be.
Isn't your last name on your username? It's like, bro.
I don't want people to know my government, man. I don't want people to know.
Oh, just give yourself a fake last name then.
All right, what should my fake last name be?
I don't know.
I don't know. What student were you in high school? For me, I was a student that would always sleep in my classes.
Me too.
Like every
even if
class.
I wasn't, I just had my head down and I would have my headphones in.
Yeah, and the teachers wouldn't care. They'd be like, I remember one time students would get mad at me, or my friends, whatever, they get mad at me because
good friends.
You did?
No.
You want to talk about it?
No.
Is that hurting you? How do you feel?
No.
Okay.
I feel nothing.
You want to talk about that?
No.
All right.
All right, therapist. Dr. Jordan.
Dr. Jordan here. Come on, let's have a therapy session. I feel like this has been in the works for a minute.
Okay, so instead of Dr. Phil's, it's Dr. Shill.
Yeah. Where do you get shill from?
It's just a play on the name. Because, shilling is basically like you shill for companies. And that's what you do anyway. So
I don't know what
you're
shill
Dr. Shill.
is.
You're Dr. Shill.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wait. Explain what shill is before I agreed to that. What's shill mean?
You never heard that phrase before?
Mm-mm.
It's kind of like you're being paid to say things for a company.
Oh, okay. I do that? You said I do that?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
Exactly. You're Dr. Shill. And it's a play off Dr. Phil.
All right, come on. Therapy session. So, Evan, so this is our therapy.
Sorry, my insurance is covered. I can't come here.
You said what?
I said my insurance won't cover. Sorry.
It's fine. Free charge. First,
oh, Lord.
First sit down's free. All right, Evan. So let's talk about it. This is our therapy session segment.
Oh, God.
So recently, I know that you've been
no.
You've been feeling a little tense. You want to talk about it?
Pause.
Why pause and tense? Why do you got to pause tense? You want to talk about that?
No.
Do you feel like you have to pause a lot?
No.
That's something you want to say?
No. This therapy session is going great.
Yeah, this sucks. You
suck at being a therapist.
I do suck at being a therapist.
Yeah, it's a good thing you work with computers.
Yeah.
You're trying to train them to replace us.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah. I want to replace everybody, honestly. Just a whole bunch of computers. I would love that.
Okay.
Yeah, no more humans.
Transition to, you talk about your Chiefs. There you go.
I feel like I already talked about that. Did we?
No. We haven't recorded. We recorded the week before.
Oh.
And this is the week after.
Well, you already know. I don't like to glow about the dubs we get.
By the way, we're recording this the week after the Super Bowl. And I don't know when
2
this
weeks
is
after.
No, it's the week after.
Oh, it's only a week?
It was last weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like I said, I don't like to gloat about
You love to gloat.
About our dubs. It comes easy for us. We're used to it, so it's not really a lot for me to say. I know Dallas fans were excited because they hate the Eagles. I was at a bar or a restaurant, and there were Dallas fans with Dallas jerseys rooting for the Chiefs because they hate the Eagles. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, it was fun, easy dub. Did you watch it?
I watched Rihanna.
What do you think about the Rihanna halftime?
It was fine.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
When I was watching it, I was like, wow, she has a lot of hits.
You just realized that?
No, I mean, you don't really think about it whenever you think about Rihanna. For some reason, you don't think about all the hits.
I think that's just you.
You don't think about all the hits that she has. You just think about, oh, she's Rihanna. like that's Rihanna. You don't think about all the hits. And when she like did the halftime, I was like, wow, she has hits like dating back from like years ago. I remember being at my grandmother's house, and watching MTV. What are you doing that for? What?
Like, I didn't realize Rihanna had so many hits. It's like, why do you think she's Rihanna?
I mean, obviously. Come on, Evan. You thinking I'm like, oh, she
Put
has
two
no
and two
hits?
together.
You think I'm like, oh, she has no hits?
Put two and two together.
I understand
Jordan.
she has hits, but like it brings it to the forefront for me when I watched it. I was like, wow, and it's dating back from years ago. Like I was like young, like 10, and I was watching MTV when they used to play the music videos, and I was watching.
Damn, you're old.
Yeah, and she had, man, what music video? I remember the Umbrella music video. I remember the
Changed
first
your life, didn't it?
the first song that I seen by her on the music video. It was an old song. I forgot what it's called though.
Is it Fun to Replay?
No. But anyways, yeah, she has a lot of hits. On the verses, who do you think she would beat?
I don't care about verses.
Just
I
try.
don't know.
Just try.
No.
Okay.
I'm making you carry this conversation.
I mean, I'm trying to. It's we're both on the podcast.
Well, here's the thing. I've noticed that on the waveforms, it looks like I talk so much more, and you just kind of shut up and listen at points.
It's funny.
So I'm trying to just shut up.
It's funny because I would talk and then you would interrupt and then say, and then you would talk about something totally else, and I'm like, okay, and then you keep talking. But it's funny because
Because I don't care what people say. I did it just now.
But it's funny because whenever I talk, it's like I'll talk about something and then you're just like quiet, like you're just not talking, and I'm like, yeah, so, and then I'm trying to keep the conversation going and you're just not talking at all.
It's either I'm interrupting you or just not even.
Yeah.
I'm not even there.
Yeah.
And you kind of, whenever I'm talking, you're actually waiting to respond.
Yeah, and I'm engaging, like, yeah. And then
Yeah.
when I talk, you're like,
Or I'm just not even letting you talk.
yeah,
It's one of the two.
yeah. I forgot what we
continue.
were talking about.
We're talking
Rihanna.
about verses.
Yeah, I
Rihanna.
don't give a fuck about verses either.
Hey, we agree.
It's funny because when I first saw her, she had obviously she's pregnant, and me and my cousin were like, she's pregnant. She's definitely pregnant, right? What's going on? And then like the women were like, girls can just have baby weight and not lose the baby weight yet. You know how women
See,
are.
I was on the side of the women because I'm never going to be the guy to be like, oh, she's pregnant.
Yeah,
Because if you're wrong, yeah.
I understand. And I'm on the side of women too. But at the same time, I feel like that was just way obvious.
Well, I also was just like, I was like, didn't she just have a kid? Maybe it's just still the baby weight. Because I don't remember when she had the kid.
Yeah, and that was what I was thinking too. So I wasn't like, that's why I was questioning it. But obviously, it looked like she was pregnant, and like it was just so round, and it was just. But yeah, ASAP, don't wait. He's right back in it.
He's trying to create another ASAP mob.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Even though I don't think he created it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It was the yams.
Yeah, yams. That was good. That was good.
What can I say?
Yeah, I don't blame him though. I would be right. I would be
Duh.
in it again.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Boo.
Yeah, that one sucked. And I feel like I heard that one before anyway.
Yeah, that was definitely like the first punchline someone put on Twitter.
Yeah.
Ugh. Disgusting.
But yeah. So what do you think about the halftime?
It was cool. I don't really have any comment on it.
Did you like the set list?
It was cool.
All right. What else we got on the topic? What else
That's
we
what
got
I'm
on the
saying.
docket?
It's just like, it was good. I don't know. It's like,
Did
it
you
wasn't Prince. That's all that matters.
Did you like the I like the dancers. The dancers were they were nice. And I like the floating platforms.
You heard it here first. Or not. It's probably the last place you heard this.
Yeah, you probably didn't hear this.
Well, that, but I was going to say because everyone's already talked about it. I hate those neighbors.
They are kind of loud.
Yeah. I don't know if the mics are picking it up, but they're just fucking loud shit up there.
But yeah, Chiefs Dubs is running back. Ready to get back there.
No, I was waiting for them to quiet down, but all right.
Did you know that Chiefs were in Dallas?
What do you mean?
Like a while ago, before the Super Bowl era, the Chiefs were a team in Dallas and then they moved to Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
And it explains why there's a lot of Chiefs fans here.
I don't think that explains that.
Um,
I think it has to do with the fact that Mahomes is from North Texas.
I think I'm not saying like Dallas natives that are Chiefs fans. I'm talking about like Kansas City people that live here. I think it also explains it.
I have no clue what you just said.
So like, there's a lot of Kansas City people that live here, like that are from Kansas City, that rep Kansas City and are Chiefs fans.
Yeah, because it's probably the closest major city that's not an armpit.
It's not the closest major city.
That's it's not an armpit.
Chicago.
Chicago? Is that what's closer?
This is 8 hours. I think Chicago was like 6.
You sure?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that close. I might be tripping.
St. Louis and Chicago is just next door.
Is it, what?
St. Louis is like on the border of Illinois. Yes. And St. Louis is 3 hours from
what state is St. Louis?
Missouri.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. No, most people don't think about that part of the country. Sorry.
Yeah, 7 hours.
Okay, so it's barely closer.
Yeah, but it's not the closest major city. And I'm sure there's other major cities that are closer.
When I say major city, I'm just talking about like, I guess media overall. Because major city in that case is like New York, LA, Chicago.
I'll say Chicago, yeah. Dallas,
Houston. I'll just include them together. And then, after that, what do you think is the next big major city? Maybe Miami?
In terms of media, you said?
Yeah.
Or just in general?
Oh, Atlanta.
Yeah, definitely Atlanta. I would say Atlanta before Dallas and Houston, maybe.
Well, I think it depends on like what type of media. Hip hop, definitely Atlanta.
Yeah, and I feel like film.
Yeah, now with film, because they've built that up there.
Yeah, I feel like Dallas is very big with corporate media and just corporate in general.
Yeah, that's the thing about Dallas is it's very corporate.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with somebody the other day, the difference between Fort Worth and Dallas. In Fort Worth, you have like a group of people where it's like old money, and they think they're better than everyone, and then everyone else is kind of chill. And then Dallas, everyone thinks they're someone.
Yeah.
Or they think they're going to be someone, one of the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, just an interesting little thing.
It is interesting. It's interesting how DFW is formed in general. Like, it's such a big area. Like, it's huge. You also do that a lot.
I know.
You'll be talking and you just be burp.
Well, I didn't know this podcast is going to turn into a review of me.
Yeah, this is your review.
I get 1 stars out of 5.
Well, yeah, DFW is huge. It's huge.
Huge?
Yeah, I don't know any other like area that's like this. Maybe somewhere like in
California. Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. California.
Well, then, also Houston.
Houston is big.
Because it's got the greater Houston area.
Yeah. Houston is big.
That whole area is probably about the same size. Like including all the cities around it, it's probably comparable to DFW.
Yeah. Yeah, Houston is big.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely one of the bigger metropolitan areas.
Yeah, for sure.
And New York's weird because there's so many people, but it's such a small area.
See,
it's just built up so much.
See, I don't think it's that small.
Comparable, like just
wait, or like when we're talking about New York, are you talking just about Manhattan, or are you talking about all the boroughs?
I'm talking about the major boroughs.
Yeah, if you're talking about all the boroughs, I would say it's not. I think it's kind of big. I would say it's not like as big as like a state or.
Well, this is what I'm saying is like just square footage or square miles or whatever, however you want to measure it. I don't know how big it is, say, compared to like Los Angeles, Dallas, Fort Worth metropolitan area, but more people obviously live there because it's so built up.
Yeah, definitely.
Because most people, whenever they're talking about like that area, they start combining New York, New Jersey, and then part of Connecticut. That's called like the tri-state.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's small though.
Oh, it's not small, but what I'm saying is for the amount of people that live there, it's small. just
Yeah,
because
it's
everyone
so
lives up.
yeah, it's so overpopulated. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Would you live in New York? I feel like I would.
I would like to live in a city where you can walk around, but I don't know about New York.
Have you ever been?
No.
Yeah, you need to go.
Oh, I've only heard stories, so I don't really know.
You need to go. I wouldn't live because
I don't feel like getting on the train at 6 a.m. and there's a dude next to me who's jacking off.
yeah, it's not like that. I mean, I definitely saw my fair share of crackheads for sure, or people that are just doing the most. You definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not as bad as you think it might be.
I don't know. I've never been, so I
Like,
don't know.
it's not as well, I'm telling you. It's not as dirty as you think it is. It's not like I didn't see like just rats everywhere.
Where were you in?
Everywhere. I was in Queens, Manhattan, Brooklyn.
Oh, you were welcome to every hood.
No. I just went everywhere around there. But if I lived there, I feel like I would definitely see like rats and shit because I know I couldn't afford the nice places.
Yeah, that's what
to
I'm
live
saying.
there. So I don't know if I would live there in my current state. If I had money, I would 100% live there. But if my current state, I would definitely be living in the small ass one room apartment that shares bathrooms with neighbors and shit.
Don't even have a kitchen, probably.
Yeah, don't have no kitchen. Yeah, and it costs $4,500 a month.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know I couldn't do that.
yeah. But if I had money, though,
I don't want to share a bathroom.
Yeah, I've seen like TikToks or Instagram reels, and they'll like showcase New York apartment, and it'll be this small ass apartment, and then you're literally sharing a bathroom like you would a college dorm, and it's just like
Fuck that.
$3,200 a month. I'm just like, why would anybody want
Yeah,
to
you're
do
just
this?
taking a shit, and the rat's just sitting next to you taking a shit too.
Yeah, I'm like, why would anybody really want to do this?
Hell no. Yeah, I don't know why a lot of people do that.
Because if you go there, you understand why people would want to do that. But I would.
What's the energy?
Yes, it's great. I love it.
Sorry.
Nice. Yeah, it's the energy, really. I love it. And probably the opportunities that are there.
Again, it's people thinking they'll be somebody, and then they're not.
Hey, chasing their dreams. Can't blame them. So we're trying to do.
Can I be a hater in peace?
No.
Add that to my hate list. People chasing their dreams.
People are trying to make it.
Yeah, people trying to make it. I hate them too.
So you hate yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we already knew that.
Yeah, we did. Honestly, it's like the 8th podcast we said that.
Yeah, and it's only episode 6. Yeah. I also hate getting gas. Had to get gas the other day.
I hate getting gas. There's a couple things that if I had the option to never do, I would never do. Getting gas is one of them. Eating is another one. If I could never eat again,
It'd be great.
I would eat. But getting gas is terrible.
Yeah.
Tell me your experience. Why do you hate getting gas?
Oh, I just thought about it the other day. I was
Yeah.
just getting gas. I'm like, I hate this.
It's such an inconvenience.
Yeah. Because I was almost out. I was just almost, I always end up on empty. And then I'm just like,
Especially when you have to work in the morning and you run out at night and you're like, I'll just wait in the morning to get gas.
and then you're like, why did I do this to myself?
Why did I do that?
It's like, I don't want to leave any earlier than I have to.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no.
I can't wait for the day where there's wireless charging for like Bluetooth charging. And like every car is electric now, and you can just Bluetoothly charge your car.
I don't think every car is going to be electric.
We'll
Because the problem is the materials needed for batteries is not enough of it.
we'll see.
Unless they just completely find a way to re-engineer batteries where you can use rare minerals.
Knowing humans, we'll always find a way. If you think about it, what have we?
I just wish we build more cities where we could walk around.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the thing I hate about with the U.S. Well, there's many things, but one of the things I hate is the fact that all cities are just built around cars. It's so inconvenient. It's like, oh, I want to go grab whatever. Like, I want to go grab a coffee. Now I got to go get in a car just to drive 1 mile. I got to drive 10 minutes to get there. Wait to get my coffee, then get back in the car and drive for another 10 minutes just to get back home, just to get a coffee.
Yeah, but how would that look like? Like, imagine it here. Like, what would that look like here?
If you just walk to get it.
Yeah, but everything will be so compact.
It sounds nice. Because I don't like leaving my area anyways. I like having everything you need close by.
Yeah, I agree.
And just being able to walk to all of it. Because there's like areas in different cities that have that. Man, they've measured like the level of happiness those people have compared to people that to commute everywhere. It's always higher.
I agree. I would want to live in a place where you can walk everywhere. But
also, you're working out without having to actually work out.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it would be great. But wouldn't it just like look like New York?
Not necessarily. I think New York's a little bit different in that it's kind of built up into like a financial capital of the world.
Not like that. I'm just meaning like so many people in the area and it's feel congested.
Not necessarily, because like you'll have other cities throughout the world that are also built around walking. Like, most European cities are built that way. So like if you live like in Paris, there's like sections of the city where you can live and you kind of just mostly stay in that section. And if you ever want to leave that section, you just jump on like a train to go to another section, and then you walk around there and then you get back on the train to go back.
But
it's more neighborhood based, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I guess I got to just, I don't know, I picture what it looks like, because I don't know if I can imagine DFW being like that.
It's a little late.
There's so many people.
You'd have to really rebuild the entire system.
Yeah, even if they did though, it's so many people. Like population here is just crazy, and I feel like it's only possible because we're kind of spread out.
Well, the reason we're spread out is because of how the whole system is built.
Yeah, I know, but imagine if all the people that live here still lived here, but we're in like
you just built it around. Well, then you'd mostly just be staying in like your area. So if you live in Plano, you'll be staying in. You'll just walk around that area of Plano.
Well, I'm saying like imagine like Denton, for example. It's like a little area by itself where you have to travel other places.
Yeah.
Imagine if that area was just an area where you walk around everywhere and you don't need to have cars. Wouldn't everything just be congested? There's so many people there that I feel like if you have to do that, it would be just congested, because if you need to walk, if you have to walk around, you have to be close to other places. You can't just still be far away.
It just depends on how neighborhoods are structured and how things are built up. Because you could still build things out wider. Because there's places like, as I said, like in Europe, where it's built around walking and bikes. So the places that are really more built around bikes, things will be more spread out. And it's not built up as much, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas if you build up, then yeah, you're going to have more foot congestion because you obviously have more people there.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe there just needs to be more stores closer instead of it being a like centralized place where people from all neighborhoods just go. Maybe there's a store in each neighborhood.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Like typically, like in each neighborhood, they're going to have like their grocery stores, their convenience stores.
Yeah, that would work.
Their different shopping area.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like we can do that here.
Yeah, there's like neighborhood. I can't remember what city it was, but there's like a neighborhood that they kind of like tore down a mall in. I think it's somewhere around Denver. And they tore down this mall and they built up just like this whole little community where it's like a bunch of apartments and stuff that you can, and then there's like a Target, and then there's like different food places they can go and eat. And then there's like some other kind of convenience stores. And the people that just live over there, they just walk around that whole area.
Yeah, there's some areas like that around here.
Yeah, they're just expensive as hell.
Yeah,
because that's what people want.
Yeah, and they don't have like a Target or anything like that though. There's like stores and like food places you can go, and they're just in the community. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it kind of helps build like a sense of community. Whereas like here, it's like you live in your little cubicle of an apartment, or you live in your house that's separated from everyone. And then you get in your car, you drive to work, you work all day in a cubicle. Try not to burp again on mic. And then once you're done with the day, you get out of your cubicle, back in your car. That's a box. You drive back to your home, and then you stay in there.
But at the same time, I like just being isolated. I like that I can just go to my house and it's not.
Do you need therapy?
It's not close. No, I just like not being around people. A lot of people sometimes.
Why?
Like I don't know.
Why do you hate humans?
I'm an introvert.
Why do you hate people?
Introvert thing. Like that's one of the things that turned me off about New York, is that you're just with all these types of people, a lot of people all the time. Sometimes you just want to be
all these types of people, huh?
Yeah.
What do you have problems with types of people, huh?
It's just certain types.
Are there certain groups?
Yeah, it's certain types.
What groups?
Nah, but yeah, like I like it that I can just like.
Did you agree with Kanye?
My dream of if I like get rich and have a lot of money, I want to live somewhere isolated by myself. I don't want to live in a community that's with a lot of people and you walk everywhere. I want to be isolated by myself and I can drive places or whatever. But yeah, I like that though. I still want that to be an option. But there should also be more cities that are based around the communities that have like stores and stuff you can walk in. I agree.
How many cows do you want?
I don't want any cows.
Well, you want a lot of land. That's how you deal with taxes.
I don't care about taxes.
Property taxes.
I don't care about taxes.
That's why people have cows, because then you can turn it into agricultural.
Yeah.
Which then you pay almost no taxes.
Yeah. It's very smart.
Yeah. Well, that's like if you live in Texas.
That's what Rick Ross did, right? No,
Yeah.
he had horses. What was the cows?
No, I think he got cows too.
Yeah, it was cows.
I think he has both.
Yeah.
Because he, rich.
Yeah, he could just do that.
But yeah, that's like a kind of like in the tax code for property taxes.
Yeah.
Is that it's agricultural. It has to have like a certain amount of livestock per whatever acre or some shit.
Yeah.
Fun facts. The more you know.
Yeah, fun fact. Fun facts from Evan.
Yeah, woo.
That's our segment.
This is such a fun podcast. Hell yeah.
Fun facts from Evan. Get cows if you have land.
Yeehaw!
Oh my God.
Ride 'em, cowboy.
That's that Texas in you.
I guess so. What's the most Texas thing you've done so far since you moved to Texas?
Nothing. I'm not Texan at all. I don't have Texas in me.
You sure?
100%.
What do you think is Texas?
Big trucks. One. Cowboy boots, hats.
That's not that much of a thing
hats.
anymore.
Cowboy boots for sure. 100%. 100%.
People always think that, but it's kind of more of just a marketing thing at this point.
No. Cowboy boots for sure is Texas.
I've lived in Texas my whole life. A large portion of the people I know have never owned a pair of cowboy boots.
Yeah, I see that all the time. I see cowboy boots all the time. I'm sorry.
You also live more towards in.
It's a Texas thing for sure. No other place, maybe except like, the country, other states will have cowboy boots. Texas for sure is cowboy boots. That's one thing you gotta have.
Depending where you are. This is my point.
I seen it in South Dallas. I seen it in Denton. I seen it in Mesquite.
Well, Denton's also like where a lot of the country comes into.
Yeah, but I've seen it in South Dallas. I've seen it in Garland. I've seen it in Grand Prairie.
I guess maybe I'll just ignore it because I hate cowboy boots.
Definitely ignore it.
I will never own a pair. They're not comfortable whatsoever.
You definitely ignore it.
It looks stupid as hell.
I mean, Dallas is so big. So many types of people that I can see why you really don't see it. But if you
Fort Worth, yes.
Fort Worth for sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference depending where you are.
Yeah, you're not going to see it in Dallas, the city. You'll see it definitely see it on the outskirts. You'll see it in Garland. You will see it in Grand Prairie.
That's what I'm saying.
South Dallas. You won't see it in like the actual city.
Yeah.
But you'll see it everywhere else. It's Texas. It's a Texas thing.
Yeehaw.
Big trucks, cowboy boots. Not necessarily cowboy hats though. You don't see that a lot. Like
yeah, unless you're actually need it.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot. What else? Yeah, I mean those two things really is really what's specific to Texas, I feel like. Sense of arrogance.
That doesn't exist.
You said that because you're from Texas. Have you been anywhere else like outside of Texas?
Meanwhile, the entire time we've had this podcast, he's talking about the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, talking about arrogance.
I just said
he's like, oh, there's all these people they're from Kansas City live in this area and they just rap hard for Kansas City.
How's that arrogance?
That's arrogance.
That's not arrogance.
Yeah, if Texas is arrogant, y'all are arrogant too.
And I said,
why are you here trying to be arrogant about your place?
We're not gonna
be in your place.
We're not going to compare.
We're comparing
the arrogance.
That's what we just
Texas
did. We're doing right now.
Any other state. Y'all literally have the phrase "everything's bigger in Texas."
We have space for it.
Okay, Buc-ee's.
It's definitely bigger.
It's just that, like, why?
Because we have the space.
Okay, but why? You don't need a huge grocery store gas station. You don't need it.
It's great.
And
have you been in one?
And y'all think everything's better.
Have you been to one?
Yeah.
Isn't it better than most gas stations?
It's not the same. I mean,
no, it's better.
I like that you can get food there.
Also, there's like 50,000 stalls and shit to take a piss while you're on the road.
Yeah.
You're not having to go in some dirty ass bathroom and stand next to some dude who's passed out drunk.
Yeah,
as you're trying to take a piss.
Yeah, it's definitely different than like 7-Eleven. But I mean, why would you compare a Buc-ee's to a 7-Eleven?
I mean, they're the same thing technically.
No,
they're a gas station.
They're literally not the same.
They're a gas station.
Buc-ee's is not just a gas station.
It's a gas station.
Buc-ee's is not.
It's just taken to the extreme.
So it's not just a gas station.
The things you find in a Buc-ee's, you could find comparable things at a gas station, just not as good and not as much.
No. There's some things you can find at Buc-ee's that you can't find at other gas stations.
It's like comparing Target to Super Target.
No, it's like comparing Dollar General to Target. Target's being Buc-ee's.
Okay, guess what? Both those are grocery stores. You just held my
Dollar
example.
General's a grocery store?
You just held my example.
Let's look this up.
It is a grocery store.
Dollar General is not a grocery store.
Yes, it's a grocery store. You get groceries at a grocery store. What do you think it is then? If it's not a grocery store, what is Dollar General?
A convenience store.
No, it's not a convenience store. Convenience store is what goes along with the gas station.
Supermarket.
The same fucking thing.
Discount retailer. It's not a grocery store.
It's a grocery store. You get groceries there.
I wouldn't call it grocery. Okay, it's like comparing above and below. What's it called? 7 Above?
That's a retailer. It doesn't provide gas.
No, I'm comparing like something to Target.
I look at that more like a retail store.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have like groceries.
Dollar General for sure. It's like comparing Dollar General to Target for sure. It's different.
Yeah, it's better.
It's different.
It's superior.
But it's not trying to be the same thing.
Yeah, it's trying to be better.
It's not trying to be better.
It's trying to be the best.
It's trying to be something different.
It's trying to be great.
It's trying to be different.
It's trying to be great.
Like 7-Eleven is not trying to sell fucking
yeah, they're just trying to put one on every single corner.
They're not trying to sell beef, whatever you call it, beef burrito, tacos.
Yes, they do.
7-Eleven?
They sell all types of bullshit.
They sell slices of pizza.
They'll also sell hot dogs if you want those.
Yeah,
want the glizzy?
They don't have a whole.
They got the fresh glizzies.
They don't have a whole kitchen.
They got a whole fresh glizzy right there if you want it.
But it's just Texas.
It's been sitting there for 3 weeks, but you can have it.
Texas just has that. I love Texas. Don't get me wrong. I love Texas. I love living here.
You love our arrogance.
I don't know. I don't.
Yes, you do.
But I love Texas.
If you don't love it, then go back to Kansas City.
Because it's just a nice place. It's relatively cheap compared to what they offer here.
Just give up some of your rights.
Yeah, that's one thing. Very conservative here too. Very red
that's
state.
kind of annoying.
Yeah, very red state. But yeah, definitely it's just arrogance for sure. I can't believe.
Don't expect to get a good education.
I mean, I'm not going to say
There's
that.
a bunch of schools around here where they're going to like, oh, we're having to go to 4 days a week, so we don't have enough teachers.
I'm not going to say that. Texas,
we rank like in the middle, if not like the back middle of all fucking education throughout the country.
Really?
Yeah. Unless you go to like very specific schools, which of course are the ones that are in very rich communities.
I guess I'm just saying I've been to very bad.
We don't put a lot of money in our schools is basically the point.
Yeah.
Unless you live in a wealthy area.
I feel like Texas in general just has.
They'll put it towards the football stadium, but they don't put it in the actual where it matters.
I don't know. I'm not going to say that because comparatively speaking, the high schools that I went to totally different in scale compared to Texas high schools. Like my sister went to high school in Texas.
Guess what I'm meaning is towards the education.
Yeah, I'm meaning that too. Like my sister went to high school in Denton, Ryan High School. Totally different than the high school I went to in New Orleans.
Well, that's because New Orleans is a whole different story.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna say Texas is just bad or don't have good education.
What part of New Orleans did you live in?
Slidell.
Okay.
But and even the high school in Kansas City I went to, it was decent and there's a lot of rich people that live there. But it's just different. It's just different compared to here. It's just different. Way bigger here. Like high schools are just humongous. That's one thing.
We have a lot of people.
Yeah, it's just big. It's just real big high schools here. But I don't know. You went to high school here, so I guess you can say the education is bad.
I mean, it's passable.
It's definitely passable. I would say that. I would say it's.
I think we're literally like middle of the pack when it comes to like all the testing shit. I think we're like 25th.
Yeah, I mean that's
we're between like 25 and 30.
Yeah, that's decent. I guess it's not.
But for our arrogance, It doesn't line up with our arrogance.
Exactly. That's why I don't like the arrogance. Nothing really lines up with your arrogance.
I take that personally. I still haven't heard a good example of arrogance yet.
I feel like I just gave plenty.
Good examples.
A good example. Okay, Cowboys.
Cowboys are national.
What do you mean?
Cowboys fans are a national thing. Yes, they are a national phenomenon. Yes.
No.
Yes, they are.
No.
Cowboys fans are throughout the damn country. Yes.
No.
We are a locust.
Cowboys fans.
We were a locust that spread, and those eggs still exist.
No. Negative. I'm sure there's Cowboys fans everywhere.
There is.
No, it's fans. There's
There are
Kansas City fans.
fans in New York, like that are from New York.
Yeah, but
that have never been to Dallas and they're Dallas Cowboys fans.
Of course. There's fans for the Chiefs that live in LA that never been to Kansas City. Of course. There's fans.
I'm just saying Cowboys are the biggest one of those. That's why the media always talks about the Cowboys. Because it always gets reactions.
No.
Because there's so many damn Cowboys fans.
Negative.
Yes, there is. It is the biggest fan base of football. And I hate football.
Listen, you don't. No, I'm gonna say it. Cowboys fans. Cowboys was the
we
media's,
are writing off the legacy from the '90s still.
Exactly, and that's why y'all the media. That's why y'all one of the biggest fan bases because of the '90s.
That's my point. We're the biggest fan base still because of that. Because of Jerry Jones can only market. He can't do anything else.
What are you trying to say though?
It's not just here. Cowboys fans are annoying wherever we are.
But y'all.
If there's a Cowboys fan in Canada, they're annoying as shit.
No, it's different here. It's 1000%.
Put a Cowboys fan.
It's like
anywhere.
It's like this is where y'all are birthed. This is the home of it. It's gonna be worse here. It's worse. It's okay that it's worse.
We're horrible anywhere we go.
But it's worse here. You're literally. It's literally the hometown. Of course, it's gonna be worse.
I'm just saying it's horrible wherever you're at.
But I'm not saying horrible.
If you meet a Cowboys fan, just assume they're annoying.
I'm not saying that is not bad anywhere else. I'm saying it's worse here. I'm saying this is where the home is. This is where the mother egg is.
The mother egg.
I don't know. This is where the mother bee is.
The mothership.
This is where the queen bee is.
This is the mothership's here.
So it's going to be 10 times worse. It's 10 times worse here. I'm sorry, it is. I can't imagine if the Cowboys went and beat 49ers and went to the Super Bowl. I can't imagine what that would look like here.
Well, you thought the Eagles fans were bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Eating horse shit during a parade.
That's what I'm saying. 1000%. That's a bad case of arrogance right there.
Oh, the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. You might as well just end the NFL.
Yeah. And that's
because no one is going to hear the end of it.
Yeah. So that's a bad case right there. Arrogance. Check that off the list.
Nah.
What else you need? Yeah. Evan. That's bad.
I feel like we're humble in every other sport.
Because what other sport?
Just football were annoying.
It's because the Cowboys were a big thing in the 90s.
And also Texas was so football obsessed. Yeah, it was 90s.
But yeah, once the Mavs start getting good, y'all gonna be arrogant in the Mavs.
Mavs fans have always been chill.
Yeah, that's true.
That's something Mavs fans have a reputation for. Being actually pretty chill.
That's true. I like Mavs.
One of the better fan bases.
That's true. But yeah,
Rangers. Rangers can be annoying.
Yeah, I'm not really that good at football. So I mean, baseball. Rangers.
Well, we went to back-to-back World Series and were one pitch away twice.
When?
Back when I was in high school.
Oh.
Both times against the Cardinals.
Yeah, Royals though.
They literally were winning both games. Were one pitch away in the 9th inning both times.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of winning
to
here.
win.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rangers have been ass for most of my life, so
yeah, it's not a lot of winning here. Royals won in 2015, the World Series.
Okay.
Yeah, we just.
And y'all haven't done shit ever since or before that.
We have won 2 Super Bowls since then.
Well, I'm talking about
baseball.
The Royals. You don't even have a basketball team. You can't even talk.
We had a basketball team.
Yeah, y'all had.
If we get a basketball team, I'm gonna just say it now, because we're more of a basketball place. If we get a basketball, it's gonna be lit.
Yeah, it's such a basketball place that y'all lost a basketball team.
Because it's Kansas City. Kansas City.
Yeah, exactly.
We're now just starting to get.
I don't know why this podcast has turned to me shitting on Kansas City. I haven't been there.
You like Kansas City. It's true.
Well, I'm just shitting on it because it's it's you.
Yeah, you just like to shit on your friends. I see.
I shit on everything. Even if I don't even know it.
That's true.
I don't know anything about it. I'm still going to shit on it.
That's true.
And this man looks at his phone during a goddamn.
I can't believe you you try to convince me that Cowboys fans is not bad here, or it's not.
I just
worse.
said they're
It's
bad
not,
everywhere.
It's not worse here.
It's just there's more of them here.
It's not worse here.
It's just
I can't believe
more.
I can't believe you try
There's
to
just
convince me
more
that.
per square footage here.
It's worse here, man. It's worse. You're just. Have you like been anywhere like outside of Texas?
Inside of Texas?
Outside of Texas?
Barely.
Yeah, you'll see a difference for sure. Especially if you like live somewhere else, you'll see a difference from Texas
I just
people.
think people just love to hate us.
Y'all ringing on yourselves.
Y'all just love to hate us.
Texas, but everybody likes Texas though. Texas is like a top 5 state.
Despite our government.
Probably top 3.
Despite our government.
Yeah, despite the government. Nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah, everyone just ignores that part.
Yeah.
They're just like, strip
Yeah,
clubs.
We try to ignore that. Yeah.
They're like, it's a cool place. And then it's just like, oh yeah, by the way. The only rights that are protected here are gun rights.
Yeah.
Not personal ones.
Yeah, I know you get that fixed.
That's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah. But yeah.
Politics.
That's our politics segment.
it's all fucked. Oh, Lord. We haven't even talked about shit.
We didn't talk about anything. That was a funny segment though.
Yeah.
Listening off Texas. What was that? What was I listening off?
I don't know.
Oh, what's special with Texas? Y'all are kind of special. Yeah, kind of. Dallas girls, Texas girls. Anyways, what's other?
Calm down. Calm down.
No, I was gonna say a negative. I was gonna say a positive and a negative, but we don't have to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What else you got? Come on now, topic man.
Oh, you want me to give a topic?
Yeah. What's up?
Want to hear a story?
Yeah.
So I upgraded my CPU recently, last weekend.
Nerd talk.
Yeah, let's just say, basically, I planned horribly. Or like, I planned for certain things, but I didn't plan for the other things, if this makes sense. So, I have been running a 9900K, which is just a type of CPU. This is nerd talk right now. And I've been having to edit a lot more H.265, which is just a type of codec for video files. And that CPU was kind of built before Intel started trying to optimize for editing H.265. It was during the H.264 days. And I had to finally upgrade. So I went to Micro Center, more nerd talk. And I got a 39700K, got a new motherboard, and also got like a different SSD for like my boot drive or whatever. And I go to install it, all that part was good, even though I was nervous about, because I was reusing my cooler. So I was nervous about like, cleaning off thermal paste and reapplying it. That turned out to be the easy part. So whenever I originally was setting up, like I was creating, for Windows 11, I was creating a USB for it. And this is kind of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Foreshadowing. I downloaded the installer on it. Which was like, all right, cool. So then I went ahead and changed everything out, put the new system in, plugged in the USB drive. It kept going to the BIOS and it wouldn't roll over to the Windows installer. So I'm like, I guess I maybe did something wrong. Maybe it's just not reading this flash drive. So I was like, okay, let me just, be Galaxy Brain and use my old Windows 10 one. So I did that, install Windows 10. And then I noticed it wouldn't let me select a network. I was like, okay, whatever. Once I finish installing Windows, I'll just add it in on the settings. Little did I know, it turns out technically 13th gen supports Windows 10, just not very well. But the motherboard I have, the drivers don't support Windows 10. So the network, I couldn't connect to any network. So I couldn't use it to upgrade to Windows 11 to actually use my new system. So I'm just like, okay, what the fuck did I do wrong with this flash drive? Then I looked it up. Oh, you don't just download the installer. You actually run through the whole thing on another PC to basically put Windows 11 on that flash drive. I had just put the exe file on there.
Yeah.
So of course it wasn't reading it because it needs the actual thing to be fully done on it. I'm like, shit. I start trying to think, what can I do? was like, saying the network drivers don't work. What if I just plug directly into the router with the Ethernet cable? Of course that didn't work, but I'm just trying anything at this point. So I'm like, shit, I need to run this exe file on this flash drive. Well, here's the problem. The only PC I have is the one that I just upgraded. And when I try to run the exe program on that computer that I have that doesn't have network drives that work, it says, oh, it can't run it because there's no network drives. I'm like, fuck. So I had to start thinking, I'm like, okay, I don't have any other PC. So then I'm like, do I want to download fucking like Wine on my MacBook to try to run it on there? Like basically partition my drive to do a whole Windows thing on there. But I don't want to deal with this shit. But then I look at the time, it's like, fuck, the library's closed.
Couldn't you just re-enter your old motherboard?
That would require me I didn't want to deal with all that. Okay. So then I just had to go, fuck. So I went to my parents' house where they had PCs and then just finished everything there. But I was like, God damn it.
So you drove?
So I drove an hour and just stayed the night there and got Windows 11 installed and had to reinstall my programs. Here's another thing if you use Resolve that I didn't realize is if you're changing computers, you're supposed to create a backup of your database. Otherwise, you lose all your project files. So I lost all of my project files. Like you can find the project files, but the problem is there's some database file type that is more like a sub-database of your actual database. But when you change computers, you can't get that database file unless you create a backup of it. And I didn't find that out until I started looking on forums where all the elite fucking nerds are. And they're basically just shitting on you for not doing it correctly. It's like, you should have read page 46 of the manual where it talks about this. It's like, fuck you. I don't even read IKEA instructions until I fuck up. Until I get to the end and realize I did it wrong. You think I'm going to read the instructions for some damn software?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we're up and running, but I lost all my project files, which pisses me off.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
Another reason why I don't like Resolve.
Okay, fucking Adobe's shill over here.
But yeah, that sucks. Sounds like a tough time, Evan.
I don't like the way you just said that.
I'm glad you overcame that. Wow.
I don't like the way you're saying this.
Do you need to talk about it more?
Can you stop talking that way? I feel like I'm being spoken down to.
But yeah, that sucks. I had plenty of trouble whenever I changed parts of my PC.
Well, it's like the biggest problems come when you're changing up motherboard and CPU.
Yeah.
But the biggest problem comes down to the fact of, hey, we're kind of like in this weird time period where there's Windows 10 and Windows 11, and it only really supports certain things.
Yeah.
So like a 12th and 13th gen are really only designed to work with Windows 11 because of how their architecture is like P cores and E cores and all that. And only Windows 11 has the controller for that. But yeah, it was a frustrating weekend.
Yeah, I definitely would have just re-entered my old PC. I'm about to drive an hour. That's pretty far. How far is it from here? It's closer here though. It's closer than Denton.
It's about the same, honestly.
Really?
Maybe not like actual amount of miles, but like the amount of time it takes because of traffic.
Yeah. Yeah. You're that 121 highway.
121 is a fuck pain in the ass.
It's backed up.
Fuck 121. Well, that's not even the worst part. 183 is. Fuck 183.
Yeah, I don't touch 183.
Well, I have to use it to go home. To go to my parents' house, I have to go that way.
Yeah.
Or I would have to try to jump on, go backwards to go to George Bush and go down to 30. But I'm not going backwards to go forward.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
But yeah. It's a great podcast.
Cool story, man.
Yeah. You got any fucking stories, huh?
Nah, I don't have any stories.
Come on, man.
I was editing the podcast like a couple weeks ago, and it reminded me of that massage story I had, and we talked about feet. But we're not.
Wait. Talking about feet.
Yeah, we don't remember that when we talked about feet?
No.
Yeah, we don't have to bring that up. Yeah.
I kind of want you to bring it up.
Nah, I'm okay.
Okay.
No, I don't have any stories, man. None here.
Well, I don't have much anything else I can think of. I mean, I have more shit, but honestly, fuck it at this point.
I saw Ant-Man yesterday. Have you
Any
seen like
good?
the reviews of
No.
it or what? It's Rotten Score on Rotten
69?
Tomatoes. I don't know if it's 69. Oh, here's Evan with those jokes. 69. Now it's like a 40.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's like a 48 or
Is
something.
it really that bad?
No, man.
Oh.
And I think the days of movies, man. I see it being, it's going down. What are you looking at?
I'm trying to see if it's still recording.
That one is.
I'm not seeing the dot. Yeah, fuck it. But whatever. I think we're out of storage.
Oh, we can stop then.
We'll just keep going.
Okay. But yeah, I think the days of movies almost over. I see people I think we're critiquing movies too hard nowadays, like way too hard. I saw Coming to America, and I never seen Coming to America before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't want to say what I'm about to say. I don't want to say what I'm about to say. Classic movie for what it's done. I respect it.
But you're going to say it's shit.
It is terrible. It's terrible. And I'm like, how are y'all saying the second one is terrible and bad, but y'all love the first one? This first one was just as terrible. And I think back then, we didn't critique movies as hard. I feel like we just watched it and enjoyed the movie for what it was.
For the people that watched it and that didn't like it, they just didn't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
They would just talk about it on water cooler. That movie wasn't that good. And that was it.
Yeah. And for the most part, there's not like platforms back then where people could just tweet and just have their opinions about everything.
Yeah, everyone has to have an opinion.
Yeah. And I think that's ruining like movies and like art in general. But I think it's hitting movies hard for some reason because everyone's just, even if, like, let's say you're not a Marvel fan and then you go watch Ant-Man because it's a big movie that everyone's talking about.
Is everyone talking about it?
I mean, everyone talks about Marvel movies in general.
I mean, does everyone talk about Marvel movies in general?
Yes. Well, not everyone. Obviously, not everyone. But a lot of people. Because it's a big IP. It's huge. So, like, it's going to...
Is it as big as Avatar?
But yeah, like, you're not a big Marvel fan. Why are you about to see Ant-Man? Like, why? And why
Maybe you're a Paul Rudd fan.
And why are you about to watch it and like critiquing every single thing that's happening in the movie? Of course, you're not gonna really love it. And I think that's just what's happening. And
well, it's like the people that go to watch like a shitty movie that's supposed to be shitty and then go, "Hey, this movie's shitty." It's like that's the purpose.
But I think,
like certain movies aren't supposed to be good, and that's the point of the movie.
But I think that is actually helping movies that are like that nowadays. When you have the expectation. Don't have expectations for this movie. Like Cocaine Bear. Don't think this movie is about to be just an amazing movie. And that's why people want to
amazing.
That's why people want to go. That's why you say it's going to be amazing. And that's why you're saying it's going to be amazing. And that's why people are going to go see it.
Oh, my opinion on movies and film and TV now, I think I'm just like, it's all wrong for me.
But I'm saying
I honestly like slice of life shit more than anything nowadays.
But I'm saying that's why people are going to go see it without any crazy expectations, and they're not going to nitpick about everything that's happening in the movie. Because from the start, Cocaine Bear was like, this is going to be a ridiculous movie, y'all. It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. Don't come in here with this deep thoughts about what the movie is and have these all opinions about everything. And that's going to help the movie. But movies get big, like get popular, and then people have these super crazy opinions about it. They don't like it. And now it's just like a terrible movie. There's no like, oh, it's decent. It's good. It's just like, it's terrible or it's the best movie alive. And it's annoying to me. I don't like it.
Yeah, we can talk about it more at some point.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is a topic that will pop up a lot.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I feel you. I agree on that part.
Yeah.
We agree for once. If you agree with this podcast or don't agree, hey, that's the end. And so, yeah, you can fuck off. I'm just kidding. Like and subscribe and all that. I have a headache now. We've probably given you a headache. But, it's a community headache. So peace out.